physical gold has played a great part for the better part of 5,000 or 6,000 years or so in the monetary system, in that it's a fairly for the most part accurate unit of measurement if you know what you're looking for. It either weighs or it doesn't. It's pure or it's not. You have it or you don't. So that aspect of gold is actually very nice, because you just have, all you have is the aspect of trust but verify. It's done a good job, and if people understood gold, if they understood the metallurgy behind it, then sure, yeah. But that hasn't been taught to young people. That would take generations to change that. It would probably take 2 to 3 generations to change it, and there's no incentive to teach young people how gold works. You know, it's why I like chemistry and physics. It's why a lot of this, and math, is not taught in schools. It's because there's no profit in teaching young people this stuff. If they know this stuff, then all you did was you trained your competition out in the marketplace. If you keep people ignorant of everything and they don't understand how money works or why money works the way that it works, then yeah, I mean, you kind of get what I'm saying. Like, does that scan? I mean, you get what I'm talking about. If you were to train a bunch of young people on how everything works, in other words, do all the stuff I'm doing, where I'm trying to teach all this stuff, and you know, it's not profitable to the big companies and especially not to the government, right? And it certainly isn't profitable to bankers, because if you understood banking, nobody would ever borrow anything ever from a banker. You would never borrow anything from them. So yeah, there's a really short clip actually in an old TV show called My Name Is Earl, where Earl's in jail and there's this guy walking around saying, "Hey, you want a candy bar?" And it's like, well, you know, he's trying to, and of course he explains, like, no, don't take it from him, because then you owe him. You then owe a favor, or you owe money or something like that. And that's why you don't do stuff like that. So yeah, if people understood it, then you wouldn't, like, nobody would ever do it. And so your best bet is to keep everybody as ignorant as possible, which is why money, physics, you know, all of this stuff, chemistry, etc., like, none of this stuff is really taught in the practical sense. It's taught in the abstract sense, in that, like, that it's, you know, like 2 + 2 = 4. Okay, great. You know, like, it's taught in like an abstract, but it's not really applied to anything. And when you start applying sciences, hard sciences, observable sciences, not theoretical sciences, when you start applying hard sciences to money, you end up with some very smart people who you're not going to be able to rip off anymore. And if you can't rip them off, well, then how are you supposed to run your scam?